All right, starting off right here, we got our creatine, our electrolytes, our fiber. I'm going to be taking our fish oil and our magnesium. As you saw there, 37 days left on the cut, just over 5 weeks. Yesterday, I did have a new low weigh-in of 186.1, but I did weigh in at 186.6 today, even though I ate perfectly yesterday. It's kind of what I'm talking about. You know, it's not a perfect linear line with weight loss. It's never just perfectly lose weight every single day. I wish it was, because it would be a lot easier mentally, and I think a lot more people would stick with it, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in. Digestion, the way your body holds water. I feel like a lot of times your body is on a little bit of a delay, and sometimes if you go off plan, it doesn't really show up until a couple days later, and that would make sense because I ate a little bit more on Sunday when football was on. But anyway, fully confident that, if I keep staying with what I'm doing, that new low weigh-in will come someday soon. And it's also very important for me to, stay very consistent this week, because Friday night I am going out of town this weekend and, going with my friends, visiting a new city, running 5K on Saturday. So there's going to be one day this week that's going to be kind of tough for me to stay on track. So very important to do that, and which is why I'm also going to get a lift in today, got legs, and I also got to make sure to do my cardio. So I'll bring you along for that. Just got back from cardio. I probably should have recorded something, but I just walked on the treadmill for about 30 minutes. Not running today. I'm kind of lowering the amount of lifts I have down to 3 is what I'm experimenting with. And I'm also going to kind of lower the running volume, especially because my 5K is on this Saturday. And that was probably the biggest reason that I was keeping running in, is that I want to keep a good base to give a solid attempt at sub 20 for Saturday. But, kind of tapering down into that, all out 3.1 miles. I'm lowering the volume this week, and I'll probably keep it as 3 to 4 runs a week and 3 lifts, and kind of see how my body reacts to that. I think it's important when, you're kind of restricting yourself to kind of play around with what works best. And for sometimes you can only do certain things for so long. You can stick to something that works really well for 3-4 weeks, and then all of a sudden your body's not reacting the same. You don't like it as much, and it's got to change. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I got some work done this morning, and I'm going to do some more now. And then, I'll kind of keep updating you guys as I go. All right, here we are, pre-workout meal. We got 170 grams of non-fat Greek yogurt, scoop of vanilla whey protein, and a package of raspberries. Like I said, got legs before. This will be some good fuel to do it. Love the raspberries, kind of at my, carb source that I'm going to eat before I go lift, but also, I kind of mentioned this before, the fiber. While I'm cutting like this, it's very difficult to stay full, but the fiber is definitely helpful. That's also why I take the fiber supplement in the morning. One thing I wanted to mention too, kind of on my board this morning, I wrote, for the rest of the year, I really am starting to like how my physique is coming together, which is not something I've been able to say for a while. I got a little bit more than 5 weeks to go. And then the goal is, that's the last time I really focus on cutting for the year. Other than, maybe I have a big weekend or a vacation or something, and then, for a week I want to just get back to baseline. But this is the goal is to never really have to do this again. Now that bodybuilding isn't my main goal anymore, I don't want to go through bulking and cutting. I want to just kind of enjoy food, eat, the, fancy, maybe not stuff I should eat every day and not feel guilty about it, that stuff like that for events, and then just eat food that makes me feel good. And I really want to get into that, kind of process, and then focus more on how I feel and perform in the gym, whatever I do, whether that's marathons, jiu-jitsu, whatever. But I'm going to eat this, and then I'm probably going to stop for another energy drink again. Sue me. All right, here we go. Energy drink acquired. I went with I think it's my first ever Reign, believe it or not, Razzleberry. We're going to give it a rating out of 10. Pretty strict on these because I actually use 5 as an average. Most people don't do that. Most people, this is my big gripe with when people rate things out of 10. They tend to be more positive because they don't want to be, disrespectful to whatever they're rating, whatever it may be. And then people's actual averages, if it's just okay, they tend to say 7, just because that's the way human nature normally works. So I actually use 5 as an average. So if it is 5.1 and up, that means it is an above average drink. All right, here we go. Tastes a lot like a White Monster, but it's definitely different. But that's the same type of flavor. Definitely had worse. Definitely have had better. I'm gonna give this I do like the aftertaste a lot, actually. I'm gonna give this a 7.1 for Reign Razzleberry. Things are looking up very much right now, because as I was, driving to the gym, well, I guess I'm at the gas station right now. As I was driving here, I got an email, and I officially got my internship. So starting next week, there will be, my days will get a lot busier, which is very good. Very much needed. That's exactly what I wanted. But I still want to continue with my content and make all the stuff that I can. But that's exactly what I needed, and I'm really pumped. And getting good news before going to the gym is like top 5 feeling of all time. Plus an energy drink. We're feeling good. Kind of continuing on the content topic. I'm really in like a weird spot with it because, I have finally begun to have the tiniest bit of traction on my short form stuff, mostly on Instagram. And it's actually sports related, not really fitness related. But the thing is that it's mostly sports betting related, which I made a few videos on sports betting related stuff. And I don't know if that's what I want to be known for, just because sports betting in itself is not necessarily a good habit to promote. But like, there's like an angel and a devil on my shoulder, because on one hand, it's the one thing I've ever really seen success from on social media, and I've been trying so hard at it. And like, it's very important, I think, from things that I've heard, that once you do start to have some success in some area of what you're doing on social media, to really double down on it. And it is also something that I do regularly, and something I'm very interested in, and like something that I talk about all the time with my friends and stuff. And it's something people are going to do regardless. So I kind of go back and forth on like how bad it is to make videos on that, and if my plays are doing well. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes sometimes I feel like if I have to justify it at all, it's not a good thing. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep kind of doing it and see where it goes. And I don't know. It's just something that I wanted to talk about that kind of messes with my head a little bit. But I want to keep on a good schedule of making videos, and I'm kind of getting into basketball stuff now, so I don't know. We're going to see where that goes. But that's just where my mind is right now. A lot of stuff happening. Got the internship, which is great. Start next week. And that stuff with the content, and now, I don't know. This is why I love the gym, because now I can just go and, stop thinking about it so much, and I can just do instead of think. So I'm going to try to film as much as I can, because it should be less busy than last time. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we're going to try something kind of new today. I'm just going to do a very raw, unedited voiceover. So like I mentioned before, I was not running today, so I decided to do cardio instead. And by cardio, I mean just walk on the treadmill for an hour. So what I like to do when I can is just split it up. I did 30 minutes first thing in the morning, but then I did 10 minutes before I left for the gym, 10 minutes when I got to the gym, and then 10 minutes when I got back from the gym after I ate my post-workout meal. I mean, that's helpful for me when I have the time to do it. Kind of just breaks it up and I don't get as bored on there, but So I start off with calf raises that you see there. I like to start with that because it's just a low impact kind of warm up. And you'll notice that I kind of work up to, the way I like to train is working up to one big top set, especially in this cut. And then after the kind of easiest movement, which is the calf raises, I got into my heavy barbell RDLs. So I still want to have my heaviest compound and most taxing movement early. And honestly, this was kind of a big jump. I've been kind of, my weakest part of my legs is probably my hamstrings. So I've been trying to work on those more and incorporating more of a compound movement like the barbell RDLs. And kind of jump from, I got 275 for 13 last week, so I just went straight to 315, and I only got 5. Probably a little heavy, but, it was doable. Also, definitely like to use straps because, your grip strength's going to wear out a lot before your hamstrings do. And then I moved to the leg extensions. This is pretty typical here. Once again, working up to one top set. That's all I really get up to. And then I kind of moved to the next exercise to limit fatigue in this cut. One thing I wish this machine was a little better at is, getting your quads in the lengthened position a little bit better, because they, I wish the machine was just built a little bit better where your feet got closer to your body under you, where your quads were stretched a little bit more, but, got to work with what you got. And then I moved to the seated hamstring curl machine. One thing I definitely like to do here is to lean forward and grab anything in front of me, because then you can actually get a deeper stretch on the hamstrings, which is very important for hypertrophy. Then I moved to the adductor machine, very, vulnerable position here. But anyway, this is, I think, a very underrated movement for kind of aesthetics in terms of building your legs, because, your adductors are located in, the inner part of your quad, where your quads are going to look, if you build big adductors, they're going to build to be wider, which is kind of what we're looking for anyway in terms of having bigger legs. And same type of thing, you can go really heavy on these. I think it's not it's not crazy, impressive to, full stack one of these. So I like to move forward because it does make it a little bit more difficult. It gets a bigger stretch as well. And then I finished up with abs. I normally rotate between this ab crunch machine and then hanging leg raises. And then for all of these exercises, I do track it on a Google Sheet so I can make sure that I'm progressing and really keep myself accountable, especially on the cut right now. Workout done. I was very happy that I was able to film each individual exercise. Haven't been able to do that yet. But now I'm back with my post-workout meal, which is, you guessed it, 4 pasture-raised eggs with pickled onions. Same as always been. But I'm using this Melinda's Black Truffle hot sauce. It's very good. It's pretty spicy, but it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so different than any other hot sauce that it really helps to break it up. I got, a bunch of hot sauces, but this one, like, I don't even know why. It's got like more garlic or something and like the truffle, whatever. But, I like it. I wouldn't like to have it every single meal, but I like to do it to kind of break up the monotony of the food, People are always, a lot of times they're like, oh, I can't eat the same thing every single day. And I literally am eating the same thing every single day. And I guess I'm not someone that struggles too much with eating variety, but I also switch things up. Like I use different hot sauces. A lot of times I switch up the way I cook my eggs, whether it's, with a runny yolk or if it's scrambled, soft scrambled, whatever it may be. Sometimes I switch up, potatoes or sweet potatoes. I switch up, between the blackberries and the raspberries. I sometimes would switch up which protein powder flavor I'm using, the brand of Greek yogurt. I switch up, between ground beef or steak. Sometimes I just mash my ground beef up. Sometimes I make it into patties. Sometimes I eat it, fresh right off the pan. Sometimes I save it cold, and that gives me a different texture. So I do kind of switch it up a little bit. Switch up the diet sodas I drink. But that's not really a huge problem for me to need a lot of variety. But yeah, so today's shaping up to be, pretty good day, staying on track. Probably gonna end the video here. Rest of the day, I got to do, 10 more minutes on the treadmill, walking, which is super easy. Kind of giving myself the deal that I can either run 3 miles or walk an hour on the treadmill. And I banged out a half hour this morning on the treadmill and then did 20 minutes before I left for the gym, 20 minutes when I got to or 10 minutes before I left for the gym, 10 minutes when I got to the gym, and then I just got to do another 10 minutes to get to an hour, and that'll easily get me to 10,000 steps. I'll be well over that. And then pretty much just got to do that, and I got class in a little bit, and that's pretty much my day. Pretty excited to be starting this internship next week and, have some different days. I really need that in my life, some more structure. I'm craving it right now. But, all right, I will catch you in the next one. This was episode 4 of the Aggressive Cut. Hopefully when I check in next time, I have a 5K PR and a new low weigh-in. That'd be great. But peace out. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, press one of the buttons. That'd be great. Peace.